Scallywag's looking pretty tight up on that line, I'd say. I mean, she's the closest to the line, isn't she, down at your end?
Yeah, they're bearing away now, and so is Vestas bearing away.
We've got CQS up at this end of the line, just getting her time run with 15 seconds to go. Just underneath her, I think that's Nakata. I know, beg your pardon, not Nakata.
We've got Ran there with her, and Turn the Tide is going to try and port tack them here. They're all clear, the Volvo 65s and IRC Class Z away. Dongfeng leading for the Volvo 65s, followed by Matt Frey, but Dongfeng will have to tack first of all. Vestas with the head still flapping, trying to get round the front, but actually they're going to have to go round the back, as does Turn the Tide on plastic. How's it look to you, Ian Moore?
Yeah, a thrilling start, very, very exciting. I thought Axel Noble had the best timing, but I was completely wrong. The guys Dongfeng and Matt Frey starting ever so slightly further up the line on starboard just had a better approach. They must have been bang on the line. I really thought that somebody was going to be over.
How are CQS and Nakata doing, Matt?
Well, CQS doing very well, actually. They've wound themselves up. The boat just to newer to them is not Nakata, it's the one James was just mentioning earlier on. I've forgotten the name. What's the name of that boat, James? The one you're talking about?
Varuna.
Varuna, oh, that's it, Varuna. And I'd say Varuna had actually poked her nose out, well, she has poked her nose out in front, is going extremely well. She's lifted at speed, and I've got a feeling, looking from here,
Is it Rambler down there?
she might... oh, is it Rambler?
Yes, I think
Yeah,
it's
Rambler's had a good start.
I beg your pardon, sorry, I beg your pardon. Well, that's interesting, because Rambler actually started her charge, yes, of course it is, started her charge from pretty much the pin end of the line, and I was thinking, well, that's interesting, they're going to be quite conservative, but that is a very interesting way to start. I guess she can do that because she's got plenty of speed, rolls in over onto port tack, right in front of Matt Frey by the looks of it. It looked like that might even have caused Matt Frey... no, she's carrying on that tack, so that's okay. But Rambler goes charging in towards the beach, rolls over onto port tack, puts her foot flat to the floor and charges out on port tack as she passes the Gurnard buoy.
Wow, that is epic, and Nakata just tacking now and dwarfing CQS. Never thought I'd say that. What a start here, the final start in the Rolex Fastnet race 2017. Nakata goes about, and CQS still heading in towards Cows.
Yeah, we're just alongside the other DSS boat, Maverick, which is on a sort of Atlantic circuit this year. So I think it's going to be fascinating to see how this DSS-equipped boat, which should be sailing as fast as 60 footers, but is only 4 to 6 foot long, will get on in this race. She's up with the Volvo 60 at the moment.
Meanwhile, Rambler pressing out on port tack. If ever you wanted an illustration of just how potent that boat is, we've only been racing for a couple of minutes and she's already just pushed her way straight to the front of the fleet, elbowed her way out there and is absolutely smoking her way upwind. Meanwhile, behind her is Matt Frey on port, leading the charge of the Volvo 65s, but only just, because to windward of her is Dongfeng to windward, and just behind Dongfeng is Team Brunel, Bauer Becking's boat. Then there's a bit of a gap, and it's Vestas, and then interestingly CQS not being able to find the pace quite to come off this line and get out quite as quickly as Rambler did. Sorry, I just hesitated there because it is the Russian Volvo, the former Russian Volvo 70. I see the chines in our hull. Just came sliding up to our windward side. Another potent boat. But in their case, they're watching the rest of the team, most of the rest of the fleet pass in front of them. But an interesting line up there with the Volvo 65s led by the much bigger Rambler 88 heading out to the west. An armada of boats chasing them out there, full on foam up here off Gurnard. Wonder how far they'll chase them out to the west.
And the helicopter for the TV pictures there, getting a great shot with cows in the background of all of these boats heading out. And how are they looking to you, Ian? Who do you think is doing best at the moment?
Yeah, it's interesting because although Mapfre probably won the start, the group of boats which actually tacked a little bit later off the exclusion zone now have a really nice lane on port, and I can't tell for sure, but Dongfeng probably, but D Kafari also, and Scallywag, and even CQS probably won't be able to cross Rambler, but of the 65s, they're probably the group which are leading the charge, and Rambler probably leading the race when she tacks back onto starboard. I'm pretty sure she's going to cross the entire fleet.
That's the final start of the day, the final start of the Rolex Fastnet race 2017. Plenty of racing though, it's only just begun. That was IRC Z and the Volvo 65s.